Hello visuals and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Superhero Wednesday, the day of the week we like to get damn right down and nerdy. Still don't make any sense when I say that. It is that time of the week where we get to Superhero Wednesday and we like to talk all about the weird, wonderful, beautiful, nerdy shit that we absolutely adore. And this week, in kind of in honorary-ish, I guess, of X-Men 97, which has been fantastic so far, I figured let's take a look at my 5 favourite Marvel mutants. Marvel comics and the X-Men comics and the history of Marvels and their mutant and the Marvel and its mutants and stuff. It's so beautiful. It's got such a great rich history with mutants and X-Men and brotherhoods and all that shenanigans. We've got some great characters there. We got some, where's our pesky wabbit? Some great characters that have got mutant abilities. We're talking Wolverine, there's Rogues, there's the Jean Greys, Scott Summers, I don't really like him, but he is a legend. We got Beast. There's so many amazing mutants out there. And I thought, let's take a crack and let's have a look at my top 5 Marvel mutants of all time. Importantly, visuals, I don't give a fuck what mine is. I want to know what yours are. I want to know if you're a hashtag Team Toad guy or I'm the bloody Juggernaut. I want to know who the hell your favourite mutants are, whether they're good, bad, whatever. I don't care. I just want to know in general. So visuals, let me know yours in the comments below. But here we go, my 5 favourite Marvel mutants. Things off at number 5, we have Nightcrawler, one of the most, well, I'd say unique, but there's a couple of blue mutants out there, but still a very unique character with a great backstory and a great history. A bit of a, somewhat of an emotional backstory, depending if we want to go off comics or films or what we're doing with the future. The OG man of the Banff. If you watch Fat Man Beyond and stuff, we all know about the Banff man and stuff and the Banff and all that carry on. But Nightcrawler is amazing. One of my favourite things about Nightcrawler to ever come was not necessarily from the comic books, but from the films. And we all remember the scene in the White House. Just absolutely amazing. From his OG classic character costumes with the red and all that, he just looks phenomenal. He looks evil as fuck, but he's really a good guy. He's a little bit timid sometimes, but he can also be a badass powerhouse. We've seen him use weapons. We've seen him do crazy shenanigans with his tail. Nightcrawler is an OG. Nightcrawler is a beast. I don't care. In the future, at some point, we get a solo show or a solo film. Whatever the MCU want to do with their version of Nightcrawler, whenever they get him, I just want to see it, and I love me some Nightcrawler. Next up, it is Storm. Who doesn't fucking love Storm? Whether we're talking the big, thick head of hair with the very shiny white locks, or the Mohican, or we're doing stuff in Wakanda with Black Panther, or she's having face-ups with the God of Thunder himself. Whatever we're doing with Storm, I want to be a part of it. I absolutely love her. One of the most powerful, not just mutants, but Marvel characters. She's super duper powerful and amazing. She's a legend at this point. She's a massive OG. You know, obviously being a front and center member of the X-Men team and stuff, having her face-ups with so many different people throughout the Marvel universe. She is so iconic. She is so amazing. Like I said, great design, great history with the X-Men, but like I just previously mentioned, great history in Wakanda with Black Panther and all that kind of stuff. She's an awesome character. She's an OG. We have her. I don't know if the camera can quite pick. Oh no, you might just be able to see her right there. Our little statue of Storm that chills next to the bed. She is an absolute legend. To be fair, I think that full white one with the yellow trim or the gold trim, whatever you want to call it, is probably my favourite rendition of Storm. I know she's got some great black costumes and whatnot, but I think that's probably my favourite. But Storm, just a legend. Up, it is Magneto. Now, I will quickly give you a heads up. We don't have Charles Xavier on this list. As much as I adore Charles Xavier and I love Charles Xavier, I've always been, when it's the, because obviously you can argue that him and Charles, Magneto and Charles are like the face of the Marvel world. It's, I don't know, maybe you could say Wolverine. But either way, they're two of the biggest and most iconic mutants of all time. Magneto being one of the biggest villains of all time from the Marvel comics. But I was always more drawn to Magneto and that absolutely crazy, emotional, gut-wrenching sort of history that he's got, where when he does his villainous stuff, yes, there's been different variations, adaptations of his villainous stuff, but his most iconic villainous stuff about just making sure his people aren't oppressed and his people aren't just run down because they're the next step in evolution, all that kind of shit, the stuff they had to suffer in Auschwitz and whatnot. Yeah, when he does his stuff that he does, you kind of understand and you feel like you're justified in it. I get where you're coming from. Charles but argues there's a better way of doing it. We should coexist together and whatnot. But Magneto is rightfully pissed off, you know, mutants being you know, exiled in places, you know, going live in Genosha and shit like that, or, you know, can't get stuff in the streets, you know, people chucking up, rioting and protesting, and, you know, you're not doing that, you're one of them mutants, you're one of them freaks, and you really feel for him, and I absolutely adore it, right? Suri McKellen, beautiful rendition of Magneto, but I really like the Michael Fassbender version as well. I really, really, really love Michael Fassbender's version of Magneto. You literally feel every bit of emotion of his backstory, like the bit where he gets a bit of revenge, and, you know, in this, was it X-Men? It wasn't Apocalypse, was it First Class? And he gets the revenge on the old German guards who are now living in, like, Sweden or wherever it is we are. And, you know, they see the tattoo and stuff. He's just a phenomenal character. Plus the whole powers of magnetism and whatnot. Plus having some iconic kids with the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver and that. Great, illustrious history. His history with Rogue and everything. His history with Wolverine. His history with Charles. Everything about him is just phenomenal. I love Magneto. Two, we've got the best there is at what he does, and what he does isn't very nice. I said that completely wrong. What I do isn't very... I said it as if I was saying it like a fucking idiot. Either way, it's Wolverine. Who doesn't love Wolverine? One of the faces of Marvel Comics, one of the most popular and iconic Marvel characters of all time. That was probably even as well before Hugh Jackman donned the claws and brought Wolverine to the big screen and made him a bit more mainstream. Even before that, it was a very much iconic and legendary character. Wolverine, though, we spoke about Magneto in Nightcrawler and Storm with these pasts and histories. Wolverine has got a massive, huge past and history, and again, a lot of trauma in that. Before the Adamantium, with his love story and his past with Sabretooth and all that kind of stuff, and going forward, everything he's been through, the Avengers team-ups, the fights against Cap, the fights against Hulk in his debut and stuff. We've seen him butt heads with Deadpool countless times, which we're about to see again in the cinema. Plus, just the iconic look and the iconic scream, and like I said, the claws, the yellow, the ferocity, the smoke and the cigar. Again, back to the films, one of my favourite bits is where he gets Iceman just to make his beer a bit cold, and he's like, sweet. There was just something about Wolverine that is so hard not to love, and I can't wait for the new game that's set in the same world as the Sony Spider-Man game. I can't wait for that to drop. I can't wait to see Hugh Jackman back. Anything Wolverine related is always amazing. He's fucking badass. He's a legend. He's an OG. He looks amazing. He's everything you want in life, isn't he? Wolverine is just fucking amazing. And number one is, of course, the Merc with a mouth. It's Deadpool. Now, I know there might be people thinking, hang on a sec, Danny's a mutate. Yes, originally he was a mutate, wasn't he? But I think they officially made it canon where they said he was a latent mutant, where he's always lived with the healing powers and the cancer. They're acting like a sort of yin and yang inside of his own body and stuff. So even though he didn't get his powers straight away, you know, they had to be sort of drawn for him, saying, is he a mutate? But he was a latent mutant. So he's on the category, he's on the list, and he's number one. He's one of the best comic characters of all time. His counterpart over on DC, Deathstroke, being a very serious, down-to-earth, straightforward thinking Slade Wilson, no-nonsense shenanigans to flip that on its head and you get Wade Wilson. The joke cracking, losing his limbs and his head and his whatever parts of his body just to crack some stupid joke, annoying the likes of Wolverine and anyone else in the X-Men, but then annoying the people, like even being as silly and as goofy as Spider-Man. And Spider-Man has his fair share of silly goofiness. The iconic red and black, the double size there. I know the first original live-action rendition of him wasn't great, but there were some moments I did love, like the elevator scene where they do mention, you know, you'd be a perfect weapon if you could keep your mouth shut, or whatever it was. Hence why I sewed up the mouth and stuff, which you should never do. He is known for his mouth. The crazy fourth wall breaks in comics and in the films and stuff. Even his video game. I loved his video game. That was absolutely fantastic. His weird rivalry with Thanos and the love triangle with Death and all that kind of carry on. He's been in some bizarre and amazing and weird situations, and I just fucking love him so much. And we very nearly share a birthday. His debut is very nearly on my birthday. Fucking wish I had the same birthday as Deadpool, but yes, Deadpool. I love that bastard. I will love him for the rest of all of infinity and time. He's my top 5, without a shadow of a doubt. Deadpool. Same finish there for Deadpool. He's my top 5 superhero. He's my top 1 mutant, but he's in top 5 superheroes without a shadow of a doubt. He's definitely, might even be top 3 Marvel, but top 5 superheroes in, or comic book characters in general. Is he top 3? Might be top 4. Top 5, shut up Dan. Anyway, carry on. But there we go, visuals. That is my list of my favourite mutants. I said more importantly, I want to know your favourite mutants down in the comments below, because your thoughts are more important than mine. Your thoughts and opinions and reasons why are a lot better than me. I just idiot that sits and goes boob doo ba doo doo boo ba ba of doing these crazy old wacky lists. But yes, like I said, if you haven't been watching it, X-Men 97 has been fantastic so far. I'm pointing out like it's there. I'm actually re-watching Parks and Recreation. It's got, now, not that you can see it, the TV's gone dark. But yes, X-Men 97 has been absolutely fantastic so far. We're only around the corner, was it June or July, for Deadpool and Wolverine. I cannot wait to see what that brings, how that's going to set up the future of the MCU. Will it really be a swan song to Wolverine, or will Wolverine reappear later in the future in the MCU? What's going to happen? I don't know. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what your comments are and your opinions and your favourite mutants and whatnot. But visuals, there we go. My 5 favourite mutants, Marvel Mutants of all time. So thank you so much for watching it. You guys are literally the fucking best. Remember, always keep being you and keep on web slinging on.